What's up, everyone? I'm just dropping these videos tonight. Gotta get these out of my system. I know that these videos are gonna be for somebody, so we're gonna get it out. We're gonna talk about it. So tonight's topic is workplace mobbing / gang stalking, right? So me, I am a I don't know. I'm a temp, which makes it even a little bit more weird for me because these people know that I kind of since I'm a temp, it's my job to go from assignment to assignment. So these people literally follow me to every assignment that I go to. It's like, wow, like their stalker skills are like on fleek. But anyways, um, what I wanted to say was that okay, so basically, I'm just gonna go over what workplace mobbing is, right? It's when your handler goes to your job or whatever and recruits your coworkers into doing little annoying things to either make you feel some type of way or to alert you that your handlers, well, for those who know that they're being gang stalked, to alert you that your handlers are around. Like they'll do like something like this or like kind of like that, or like some sort of gesture to let you know that, we know that, you're like we're around or something like that. Like some like scare tactic or whatever. Anyways, so and then sometimes they'll give your coworkers like incentives to gather information about you, ask you like what it is you want to do. Like, do you want to get into the like? I have a coworker that asked me randomly, like, "Don't you want to get into the medical industry?" Which is kind of funny because that's for some weird reason that's the life path that these people want me to take so bad, and that's not. I used to want to be a nurse when I was a kid, but I got into this fight, which ruined my rental history. And we're gonna talk well, not my rental history, but my criminal record at that time. It's off of my record now, but you know, I got into a bad fight with an ex and I kind of like I was defending myself, but since I was older than my ex, then I'm the one who went to jail. We were 17 to 18 and just had my 18th birthday. And um so it was like 2 weeks after my 18th birthday, ended up going to jail for fighting, right? And it ruined my adult record. And so um I couldn't like go to nursing school because if I did, it wouldn't make any sense to do that because I had a bad record. Anyways, but I feel like that's the life path that they want me to take. So sometimes they'll send people to say, like, don't you want to go to nursing school? Like, don't you want to go be a nurse? Like, what do you want to do with your life? Well, I'm like, and I just keep getting like these messages, like that's what they're trying to push me towards. They're trying to manipulate my future so that I'm like a nurse or something. They don't want me to be a successful business owner or, like anything. Anytime I try to like start a business, they try to send something to try to like, come against it or me or try to tarnish my character, whatever. So, but workplace mobbing is when they, give your coworkers incentives to like, just kind of get to know you. And they lie to them and say things like they've told people that I'm like a millionaire. Like, baby, first of all, if I was a millionaire, I wouldn't be working for this property management company. I would not be sitting here with these people in this office checking my attitude all day because they're getting on my nerves, you know? But yeah, if I was rich, I wouldn't be there. Okay. But they be telling people, and that's like kind of scary because when you tell people that somebody's rich, like during like a pandemic, you're trying to get that person robbed. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna be robbing nothing because I don't have nothing to give to nobody. But anyways, Not now, at least. Um, Long story short, um, so your coworkers accept whatever incentive it is that they were offered, and they kind of just go into your job to like monitor you, analyze you, watch you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird that they do this, but it's that's how they gather information. Me, I have no friends. I don't mess with my family, and the person like there's some people that I do have in my life. I have very little people in my life. So I will not like so I would know if there was something that I was doing, I would know who and who said what because I'm that closed off. Like I really don't allow a lot of people in my life. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of what they feel like they have to do with me now because they don't have enough information, I guess. Because I don't really talk to people. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm really nice to people, whatever. But after that last incident when I was good to somebody and they tried to play me, I was kind of like over just being buddy buddy with people. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't. Anyways, so my coworkers, they think I don't know, but I already know. Like they don't. They think that this is my first go round. It's so cute to watch. Like they really think they're the first people that have come against me. I'm like, I'm a temp. Like I go from many different assignments. You know what I'm saying? So, and I've been through this merry-go-round many different times. It's actually almost cute to watch like the difference between like the first day, their first interaction with me, and then their interaction with me after my handler has gotten a hold of them. You know what I'm saying? And they start looking at me sideways. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, they just get, it's just so funny how they give themselves away. They're just like, I'm just like, yep, here comes the gang stalking. And then they wonder why I'm like so closed off. But I'm like, because I already know you guys are going to sell out. So there's no point in me trying to get close to you guys or establishing any type of friendship with you guys. Sometimes I'll be telling people certain stuff because I know that they're going to take it back to my handler. And some of the information, it's not false, but it's not, you know, like a timely message either. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so like I'm so hip to this game. It's ridiculous. I feel really really bad for the people that aren't, like they're like so new to it and they feel like they're alone. You're not alone, sweetheart. A lot of people, there's thousands of people that are suffering from being gang stalked right now. Thousands. Thousands of people who are going through this. And it's just like you just gotta really get used to the idea of just being alone. Honestly, the reason why I'm comfortable with it and I'm okay with it, I don't really care too much about it, is because I've always been an introvert anyway. Plus, I found like God, and God has like these messengers that speak to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the Bible talks about messengers, and then, I have God, who speaks to me through his word every morning. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I'm never alone. Never alone. Like, it looks like in the earth realm, I'm alone, but I'm really not. Like, I'm really not alone, you know? And that's why I really encourage people who are going through gang stalking to really seek God and his counsel, try to build a relationship with him. Because, honey, if you do this with God, I promise you, and give it about a year or two, it's like you're gonna be laughing at it, and it's not even gonna phase you. It's gonna be like, all right, because you already know who you got backing you up in the spiritual realm. I've been through so many witchcraft attacks. You know what I'm saying? The witches have come against my health, my finances, my livelihood, just so much, and I would have never, ever in my life have gotten through that without God. And I'm telling you, like, gang stalking is just not on the physical level, it's on the spiritual level. Like, they will have people And it's on an electronic level. They do electronic targeting, electronic harassment, workplace mobbing, neighborhood mobbing. Got neighborhood watch all over you. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll do things to your vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Like I came outside with a flat tire one day just on random. I'm like, wow, thanks. And went to go get another one and drove off. Always make sure you got some extra cash in your savings because they like to play games. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And if you have an apartment building that has garages, get a garage for your with your apartment. It's worth the extra little pay. You know what I'm saying? It sucks that you gotta pay the extra, but you also want to make sure your car's, But so um what else was I saying? Yeah, so your coworkers, they don't really know what they're getting themselves into. The Bible talks about gang stalking. I did a whole video about gang stalking. Oh, and like what the Bible says about it. You know what I'm saying? There's so many people that lack knowledge in that area, so they don't really know what they're getting themselves into, but it's also a very dangerous game to play. Because a lot of people who gang stalk people, they turn around and get gang stalked, and they're just like, "Oh my gosh, like I'm so sad. I can't believe I did this to this person. Now it's happening to me." Some people have to, you know, they have to go through things to see where they're wrong, and that's happening to a lot of people. And I'm about to do another video about that, how God is vindicating us from our enemies and stuff like that, because it's a lot of people they're going through a lot right now because of what they've done to you. You know what I'm saying? And they know it's because of what they did to you. Anyways, long story short, um, today I'm gonna do a little vent session about today too. But today when I was at work, I felt like a lot of negative energy from my coworkers, and the office is so small. Like, oh my gosh, bro, the office is too small, and it's so sad because I work with African American women. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't, and it's like two white girls. You know what I'm saying? And then like the rest are just African American. And I'm being more gang stalked and targeted by the black women, like women that look like me, bro. And it's just like, sis, are you serious? Like we are like really, but it's just been like that between us for years. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. I kind of said out loud, and I feel like this might have, you know, it might have done something to some of those stone cold hearts in that room. But I just kind of said to, my other coworker, you guys don't really know what people are going through. Like, what if one day you just decided to play with the wrong person and they just came to your job and snapped and whooped your butt all over the office, you know? And everyone just kind of got quiet, but they heard what I said. You know what I'm saying? And it just kind of seemed like the rest of the day, the attitude and the energy in the office just kind of changed. Everyone kind of like checked their attitude towards me, you know what I'm saying, and others. So, yeah, like sometimes it takes that you like kind of just expressing how you feel. But what I said wasn't a lie. It's kind of the truth. Like, there are some people that really do be out here going through things. It's the pandemic. People are behind on rent. They just ended unemployment. So people are really out here bugging and really need their job. And people want to go to work and play games for gift cards. You know what I'm saying? And so that's just kind of what I was thinking. Like that's just like the type of karma that people receive for doing dumb stuff like that. Like, especially I have this coworker who is a single mom of two beautiful little girls. And my one of the property managers at my job, would say things to her like, you need to take care of your kids, you're being a bad mom. You know what I'm saying? And just like little slick comments, basically telling her she don't know how to do her job. And not only does she talk trash about, my coworker, but she also talks trash about the people that live in those properties. And sometimes I just be wanting to check her mouth, you know what I'm saying? But I also understand that God's vindication is like way more powerful than anything I could ever do. You know what I'm saying? So I be having to remember his most recent vindication that he did for me. And that's what kind of helps me to fall back. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, like people, if you workplace mobbing and you on the other side of the being a targeted individual, and you're doing the targeting in the workplace, I'm telling you, like maybe before, you know what I'm saying, 2005, it would have been a little bit easier to deal with or whatever, and people would have been like a little bit more lenient. But pandemic, unemployment ending, uh, unemployment being at an all-time high, people being behind on their rent, having to wear masks in public, the world literally going crazy. Do you honestly think that this is a safe time to be playing with somebody's livelihood at work? No. Like thank God that I'm glad that I'm with God. Cuz if I wasn't with God, I would be in jail for flexing the hell out of my coworkers. Let's keep it a thou wow. Okay? That's just who I was, and and I'm gonna do a whole story about that too. God literally saved me. Like a lot of people don't know. My gang stalkers know how I used to be. Like they've been studying me for many years. That's the reason why they send people to do some of the things that they do because they know that I have a history. Like me, I'm gonna share something a little personal with you guys, but I know it's going to identify with some other people. You know what I'm saying? This is why it's really important to give your life to God because these people are going to send people to try to make you snap. Like I have a history like when I was 18 and I ruined my criminal record, it was because I was provoked. Every time I've ever gone to jail for fighting, it was something that I did not start but I finished, right? And God just kind of reminded me of that yesterday and today. Like every time you try to finish something, you always end up in jail. Every single time. Every single time I finish something on my own, I'm going to jail. Why? Because I lashed out and whooped somebody up. Every single time. And so I literally just started letting God like vindicate me. Like, God, look, you already know where I'm at with this. Like, Lord, you already know. Like, you already know what I want to do. So, and it's not going to work out my way. So, we're going to do it your way. And honestly, God's way is it's pretty cold. It's pretty cold. He's really good. God's vindication is way better than whooping somebody up. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's not even worth it, especially because I have two beautiful boys who need their mom. So, my days of whipping people up are over. But, I still have moments where I feel like popping somebody in their mouth for trying me. But I can't do that because, like I said, my kids need me. So it's like I'm at, like, due to my children and, having things to lose, like, I have to check myself and I have to give it to God. You know what I'm saying? But God's working on my mouth. Like, because my mouth, like, honey, I was thinking about what I was going to say to some of my coworkers tomorrow. But I think God just wants me to take my butt to work and shut up and do my job and go home. Anyways, yeah, workplace mobbing, y'all. Like they just go to work and they try to cost you your livelihood. But just believe when I say it's gonna come a day or they're going to try the wrong one. It's not going to be you because you gave your life to God, right? And you're not going back to your old ways. I'm not going back to my old ways, right? So all we can do is pray and just ask God to handle it and trust that He already is. A lot of people that do stuff like that, they're probably already suffering anyway, right? I'm telling you guys. And the cool thing about being a temp is when I get tired of dealing with something, I can just hop on another assignment. I'll just call my temp agency and say, hey, look, these people about to make me act a fool up in this here office. It's time for me to move around. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, yep, and that's on that. Anyways, I'm gonna hop on to the next video. We're gonna talk about God's vindication. Man, it's sad to watch. I did a live video about this on YouTube or on Facebook, and we were all just like really vibing on the conversation. I'm gonna prove that. We were all just kind of vibing about this because it was kind of really deep. But anyways, on to the next video. Au revoir. No, see you later.